training, you know, it is an outlet. You know, I'm able to get out an aggression of exercise, right? Getting myself healthy. And like I said before, I had said that I needed to chase recovery, right? And so part of my recovery from drinking, from PTSD, which I mean, I know I have, which, you know, in speaking for me, I used alcohol to deal with all my problems in my life, right? So now today, I chase recovery, and in recovery, I found training, you know, martial arts. I found, you know, this outlet, healthy outlet. Now I'm taking care of my body. Now I care about what goes in my body. Now I care about, you know, my fitness, my heart, my lungs, you know, exercise, you know, because I have a, you know, I want to be here. I want to live a long, healthy life. You know, I don't want to have anything hold me back. You know, so training kickboxing and Muay Thai has changed my life. You know, it showed me discipline. It showed me accountability, just like going to AA has done. I've become accountable now. I'm accountable to the people around me. Right? I'm accountable to showing up, giving my best effort, day in and day out. Nobody's forcing me to be here, but I feel like it's probably one of the best things I've ever done with my life. You know, because it teaches me discipline, you know, and accountability. I keep saying this, but I know that I'm doing more good with my body, you know, keeping fit. Like I said, without this, I'm you know, I could slip back into my old ways, but I have this to focus on. I have my life, I have my job, I have my wife, my daughters, I have my family. These things are all important to me, you know, and this helps. It's like the glue, keeps everything together, you know. I'm able to perform. I'm able to be the best version of myself, right? Whereas before I wasn't. I was cheating myself out of this. You know, I was cheating myself out of, you know, learning new things every day, pushing myself to get better and better every day. I used to come in here, and some days I would leave out of here and I'd feel great, you know. And other days I'd leave out of here like, man, I just got beat up, and I felt defeated. But I still had that that feeling of self-accomplishment, you know.
Setting goals.
Yeah, small goals, you know. They don't have to be huge, but if getting in here one day is one step closer at the goal I want to achieve, it just, like I said, it just brings me closer to what I want, which is health and fitness and a mind where I can focus, clarity. I speak about clarity all the time because before I didn't think clearly, you know. Now I have a set life. I have, you know, things that I can do in my life to kind of look forward to. You know, it's definitely a lot of fun, and I get a lot of questions. Why are you doing that? You know, why are you sparring with those young guys? And why are you fighting? You know, I've had 3 fights, you know, and it's because I can now. That's why. 1, 2, 3.
Martial arts. I had my first training sessions in my mid-teens, but I got into it because I was bullied. And I was a very small kid with really bad vision in Southwest Detroit. So martial arts for me was a way to, you know, get confident in myself and not be afraid of the people that were picking on me. So that's what got me into it. As time went on, I've always been in martial arts. I became a fighter and a competitor. And then as time went on, I had this crazy idea to open up my own gym, which was this place 14 years ago. I think he just showed up one day, basically.
Yeah.
Right? He just showed up to try it out one day, and then he just didn't leave. That's pretty much it.
Word of mouth. Yeah, word of mouth. I had a friend suggest a place to me. And,
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so I came in. I was nervous. You know, this place. I think anywhere new, you're nervous. You go, oh, you know, nervous to start something different in your life. I think that happens with everybody. But I knew I needed it. You know, I knew I wanted it.
Double tap.
And fitness for some people's riding bikes, some people's lifting weights, some people's doing the CrossFit, some people, you know, for some, and other people doing like jujitsu, swimming, kayaking, jogging. I think it helps. It helps you get that release when you have uncertainty in your life. You know, when you're having a bad day, and that's, it rings so true for me. It's that obsession. It's not like as strong as it was for alcoholism when I had that, but at least I know that I can come in here and train for 2 or 3 hours, and even if I don't want to be here, me showing up is an accomplishment in my life. If I give 60%, that's still 60% that that they can't take back, that I can't, you know, that I'm gaining, right? Showing up is a big deal. Being accountable, like I said, being accountable and being disciplined. Even when I want to be here, I come. And by the time I leave, I'm so glad I came, you know, and I can't tell you how many times, you know. It's not an easy thing to do, but I do it because I know in the end, it all pays off. It's paid off. It's paid off tremendously for me.
Some people put this thing on age when it comes to fighting, like, oh, you're too old to fight or something like that. If a person's physically in shape, then, you know, that's a huge factor. It's not about the year of the car, it's about the mileage on the car, if that makes sense. You know, you can get a young guy who started fighting, and in 8 to 10 to 12 years, he might build up a lot of damage to his body, and it just might be too hard for him to continue fighting. I've had more than one guy over 30 plus years old get into fighting because they were just physically capable of being able to do it. So the age factor really wasn't a big deal. We never really would put that as a marker on fighting or not fighting, unless maybe somebody was really significantly older, because then we worry about cognitive damage, you know, like if they were in their 60s or something. I've never had anybody try to fight that old from this gym, but, you know, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But the age was never really that big of a deal to me, especially with his line of work and how active he is. You know, if he came in here and he's working in an office as a day job and maybe he lifts weights and isn't put under a lot of stress all the time, that might be something that I'd weigh if they were wanting to compete, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. His background actually made it easier for me to make that decision that he could do it, because of it being a high-stress work environment, having to work under adrenaline, make your body work under pressure like that. It's very similar to real fighting, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I don't think I ever even brought up your age when we talked about you fighting, did we?
No, well, I just said, you know, do you think, I did ask you, like, am I just too old to even try it, you know,
Yeah.
to get in the ring? And you're like, look, you put the hard work in, we're going to have to obviously shed some pounds off you. And that's what happened, you know. I told him how, when I got here, you know, I was 30 pounds heavier, 35 pounds heavier. And he's like, yeah, we'll get you lighter, get you moving around, you'll be faster, and you'll feel even better. And I'm like, okay, it's done. You know, and that was basically all. I brought it up. He didn't bring it up, you know, as far as the age and the fact he didn't have a problem with it. I was like, okay, then let's do this, you know.
First responders, former military guys, police, firemen, federal, we've got firemen, police, federal agents here, and a lot of guys that are former military that come into this world because there's a lot of similarities to it. And the type of training we do is very good at relieving stress or managing stress. So yeah, we see quite a few people like that. There's currently a lot, at least a dozen members that are law enforcement or fire right now, and maybe more. I'm just going off the top of my head. And then, like I said, of course, a lot of ex-military guys. Understanding fully, he understands both ends of the spectrum in what we do as far as martial arts. Not just the training side, but the competition side of it. So when you go full circle like that, you have a better understanding of not only what you're doing in the building, as far as the training goes, you have a better understanding of conversations you're having with other competitors and fighters in the gym. And I think it, when you go in the ring or cage and fight, it definitely teaches you some lessons about yourself and definitely teaches you how to measure your ego correctly, I guess. Not, he didn't have a big ego or anything like that, but you understand your abilities, your shortcomings, and things of that nature.
I want to thank you for allowing me to come in here and become part of the gym. Always encouraging me, teaching me discipline, and not only just the discipline. You were just a very encouraging person. The way you conduct business here, the way you talk to everybody. It's you make them feel really important, you know, and that's
Totally winging it, but
it made me feel important. It made me feel good enough to where I'm like, I'm going to go back because I need to be around like-minded people, and people that are out here trying to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have,
Thank you.
and you've helped me, and you know, and I've personally watched you help other people just because you out of the kindness of your heart, you know, and I admire that about you, and I want to thank you, you know, for doing that for me, and always being there for me.
you got it, brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know if we're supposed to hug on camera.
You
can, go ahead.
Nah, we'll keep that off the camera. We'll save that for when the cameras aren't around.
Right.